Hey everybody, it's time to Nefis and chill, and in this video we're going to be looking at Wrath, a very standard Stamina Warden PvP build as of Update 31 or Waking Flame DLC. This is a very standard build because it is for general champion points enabled PvP like Imperial City, Cyrodiil, duels, and champion points disabled PvP. Battlegrounds only because as of this patch only the non-CP campaigns are no procs for IC and Zerodead. And there is a list up on the ESU website along with the build page for this build on the ESU website. So definitely check the list for which sets are allowed in no CP campaigns and also for this build's information. This is actually a re-edit of this video. This video was already rendered, but I'm re-editing it just to kind of put a side note that one of the sets discussed here is currently bugged. And I'm told that there is a fix on the way, and it's primarily to Hrothgar's Chill. Until then, I'm probably not going to use this build until it's fixed, but even with the fix, Hrothgar's Chill, just like many other proc sets introduced with this patch, is very formidable. And furthermore, with the advent of incredibly strong proc sets such as Dark Conversions, Hrothgar's Chill, and so forth, they're very hard to ignore. So Stamina Wardens and many other specs and classes will see somewhat similar setups to this patch. Just like with other videos or other build videos, we'll be going over the basics of the information of the build and, of course, everything else is gameplay. If you would like to support more content creation, more builds, more information, more news about ESO, definitely like, subscribe, the usual, but it does mean a lot to us in keeping up the channel work. Alright, now let's go over the stats. The recommended race for the build is going to be Imperial. In terms of min-maxing, it will be Imperial because it does give higher base max health and stamina, slightly more than Nord. In addition, you may think, well, isn't the resistances from Nord great, along with the ulti gen? They are. However, the Imperial cost reduction, because of what we're going to discuss here soon, is pretty neato. The recommended Mother Stone is going to be the Serpent. We want 64 attribute points into stamina. You can compensate this with more health points if need be, if you think you need more health. The recommended potions for this build to use will be Essence of Health, otherwise known as Tri-Stat potions that give health, magic, and stamina, or immovability potions if need be. The recommended food for this build is going to be Artaeum Takeaway Broth, and Vampirism is actually a must due to the Undeath Path's strong mitigation benefit at Stage 3. It's very incredibly noticeable because I PvP'd with it off and with it on. So very, very important to have if you want to survive for longer in very bursty fights or against a larger number of people. In terms of the item sets we'll be using for the build, we're going to be going with 2-piece Bloodspawn. And note that again on the build page there's alternatives that I list instead of Bloodspawn. I know some people prefer Magma Incarnate or Baylor. Again, just check out the build page for more information, but I'll be going over what's on the video. 2-piece Bloodspawn is going to be your primary monster set. Since we're not going to be using Battlestrand 2-hander, we're going to be going with a 1-piece trainee on the armor. It's going to be a heavy piece, reinforced, and we're going to go with 5-piece Daedric Trickery on the Sword and Board back end bar and 5-piece Hrothgar's Chill on the front bar. And our last item set we're going to be using is going to be Malakast Band Brutality, which will increase our damage done, including the proc set damage by more than 16%. Anyway, if you guys want to look at the full gear setup, here it is on the video. In terms of the typical skill setup, and again there are skill alternatives you can use instead of these skills, it's going to be as shown on the video. And champion points, very straightforward. Warfare tree, it really depends on how aggressive you want to go. Most people recommend Deadly Aim, and unassailable, Deadly Aim is going to be kind of your single target damage. However, it's definitely arguable to go more for things like Biting Aura, because a lot of things you'll be doing is AoE based damage, such as Subterranean Assault, Dawnbreaker, and even Hrothgar's Chill. So those two can be interchangeable, or you can interchange that with Unassailable, which is going to be mitigation against AoE based damage. And this patch, there is a lot of AoE based damage, including AoEs from proc sets like Dark Conversions. So that's up to you. Master at Arms is also pretty good. So really you can swap one of these 2 or 3 out with Biting Aura. Ironclad is very, very good. It affects not just lie attacks from other people. It also affects the initial impact of AoE damage, single target skills, and the initial impact of other set damages and so forth. And this CP slottable or CP passive was brought back with update 31 as well. For the fitness slottables, we do have Sustained by Suffering, Juggernaut, Survival Instincts, and Pain's Refuge. Celerity, the one that grants you movement speed, could be a potential option instead of Juggernaut depending on your preference or spec. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, if you guys want to support more builds, more content, and anything you want for the Elder Scrolls Online, we're going to be pumping out a lot more videos this weekend and in the future. So definitely, again, subscribe. It means a lot to us, even if it doesn't mean a lot to you. But yeah, thanks for Nefis and chilling, and enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you guys next time.
Tell me what's your life, go!
Check it out.